Namaste to all. By this time, you would have seen at least 3 to 4 videos or more than 3 to 4 videos on the James Webb Telescope's image, which was released last week, and very appreciative and excellent photographs. The moment I saw the photo, I remembered that even by seeing this photograph, people do not believe in Almighty God. And I would like to start this short audio with a Ved mantra which says, the Purusha Sukta, third mantra, it says, Om Yetavanasya Mahimato Jayanscha Purushah Pado Asya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasayam Britam Divi. Almighty God says in this mantra that this universe is created by a minute power of Almighty God. Let's say a power that is not even equivalent to a power of an atom or a size of an atom. With that power, Pado Asya Vishwa Bhutani, with that power the entire universe, or what we call as multiverse, inside the universe, whatever it is, the entire cosmos is created by this minute power of Almighty God. When that power acts on the Prakriti, this non-alive cosmos is created. But do not say that Almighty God is so great because this universe is made so great. God says, I am unimaginably much more than this creation, because only a minute power acts on Prakriti and this creation is seen in front of your eyes. Whereas the remaining power of Almighty God, Tripadasya Amritam Divi, Tripad Amritam means in moksha. The remaining power of Almighty God always remains in the moksha stage, in the ananda, in the blissful state. And each time when this Prakriti gets converted into universe, which is the creation, and the universe gets converted back into Prakriti, which is the destruction, the power that creates this universe goes back to Almighty God. And again the same power acts on the Prakriti, which creates the other universe. So this universe creation and destruction is a continuous cycle. It happens eternity. So we must always understand and appreciate that Almighty God is the power who creates this universe. We do not know whether this image is a true image or a false image, because as you would probably understand, this Big Bang and the business of Big Bang is a multi-trillion-dollar business going on for the last several years and will continue at least until next thousands of years. Why I say this statement that we do not know this picture is a true or false, because the image is not directly captured. It is an interpretation through computer graphics or through computer programming. The data what is received in the telescope is the infrared data or the electromagnetic wave data. From that electromagnetic data, computer converts this into a single paper image or a single screen image. So there could be issues inside when somebody is doing conversion. I don't want to go into that, because God clearly denies Big Bang theory in the Vedas. I will explain to you why Big Bang theory is unscientific in a short while. So coming to this James Webb Telescope image, if we assume that this image is true image, then also we have to thank Almighty God. We have to worship that Almighty God for creating a massive universe. Somebody say that this is only a grain of sand in the space. That is so massive. So we can imagine this universe is totally huge. But Almighty God says this is Pado Asya, this is not even my minute power. This is very fraction of my power acts on the Prakriti. So we have to worship that Almighty God who makes this creation, who sustains this creation and destroys this creation, who gives us death and birth, who gives us the karma phal, etc. Why Almighty God denies Big Bang, or why Vedas denies Big Bang, is very simple. Big Bang theory do not have a clear picture on why this universe creation happens, how this universe creation happens, and what is the reason. Big Bang theory do not explain us the difference between Jad and Chetan. Jad means non-alive, Chetan means alive. Human beings, for example, we are alive. Plants are alive, insects are alive, animals are alive. This universe is non-alive. Big Bang theory do not explain these kind of concepts fundamentally, because the people who make this kind of theories do not have an insight to the Vedic principles. Big Bang theory entirely relies on the speed of the light or the light waves or electromagnetic waves, whereas when we study Vedas, when we understand the science of Vedas, we understand that electromagnetic wave, the light photon, is made from prana. Prana is made from subtler Tanmatrani, and Tanmatrani is made from Manastattva, Manastattva is made from Mahatattva, Mahatattva is made from Prakriti. So the quanta particle of modern science is not the quanta particle of Vedic physics. Vedic physics speaks about Chandrashmiya, Gayatri Chandrashmi, Anushtup Chandrashmi, Trishtup Chandrashmi, etc., which are vibrating entities, which are reason for creation of Manastattva, which we call as mind, which is reason for creation of Buddhi or etc., Pancha Tanmatrani and Pancha Mahabhut, etc. Whereas modern science entirely believes on only light. They do not understand what is photon made up of. When we study Aitreya Brahmana, we understand that photon is made up of prana. Because of the movement of prana, the light is able to travel so fast at 3 lakh kilometers per second. So Almighty God says in the Vedas, and the Rishis in the Darshanas explains very clearly, for universe creation to take place, there has to be at least 6 reasons or 6 fundamental factors, whereas Big Bang theory speak about only 2. In fact, they start with 4 and they come into 2. They start with 4: time, space, energy, mass. Because they are unable to understand, they say that time and space was created after Big Bang. So we combine time and space as a unified gravitational force or some typical force which was present inside a point. And energy and mass are same thing, E equal to mc square, one is converted to other. So infinite energy at one point of time in a very high gravitational field resulted in Big Bang. But they are unable to explain that what is the cause which disturbed the point, what is the cause which made the Big Bang to happen. If that cause was already present inside the point, how the point got formed. If the cause was not inside the point, then where was that cause? It was outside the point, means you say that there is no space outside. So without a space, where was that disturbing force present outside? These kind of questions, people try to make so many theories such as quantum tunneling, etc. People can make theories, Manushyaha Anrutam Vadanti, whereas Almighty God creates the universe. God creation of universe need not necessarily match with the theories what human beings make, because human beings tend to lie for their own selfish reasons. So when it comes to the creation of universe, the Rishi Munis has beautifully explained in the 6 Darshan Shastras. One darshan says that nothing can be created without expenditure of time. Another darshan says that nothing can be created without material cause of this universe. The third darshana says that nothing can be created unless a creator creates it. The fourth darshana says that nothing can be created without application of knowledge and contemplation. The fifth darshana says that nothing can be created without composition of elements. And the sixth darshana says that there is no effect in this world that does not need any activity. So when all these 6 factors combine, then only the universe creation happens. And when we see this universe operates in a very beautiful cycle. Even when we take our planet Earth, it is beautifully going through around the planet sun, the star sun. Everything is in order. The axis is order. Every day is order. The years are in order. Seasons are in order. People are having pleasure and happiness and sorrow and other things as per their own karmas. Birth and death is happening under the control of an unseen power. This universe is absolutely functional, properly under order, which is definitely not as a result of a chaos of a Big Bang for sure. So there must have been a knowledge by which this universe has been created, because even for us to create a house, we need a knowledge of construction. Even for us to create a house, we need labor, manpower, etc. to build a house. How this universe can get created without a power? In one of the speeches, I think Stephen Hawking was mentioning that if energy and gravity is there, these two are enough for universe creation. There is no need for Almighty God. But the problem we are missing is, where is the knowledge? If we see the structure of earth, if we see the structure of sun, the function of sun, what is happening inside the core of sun, everything is beautifully designed in such a way which cannot happen by fluke. It has a very proper design inside it, and the proper design of sun is mentioned in Aitreya Brahmana. When we read Rig Veda, we can understand it very clearly. The problem with Big Bang theory is that since the people are atheist, they do not want to believe on Almighty God. However, Almighty God says in Veda, do not believe on anything blindly, but believe on anything with knowledge. And that knowledge is the Veda's knowledge. In fact, my Acharya always says that God has two things to create the universe. One is the material cause of the universe, which is Prakriti, and the other one is the knowledge of Vedas. Without the knowledge of Vedas, even God cannot create the universe. Because knowledge of Vedas is God's knowledge. God has the knowledge to create the universe, so He creates the universe. So we have to understand the photograph of James Webb. Whether it is true or false is different question. It looks like true for us. So we have to analyze such photographs to link us towards Almighty God. We have to get back to Vedas to understand how the universe gets created by Almighty God in the Vedas. The Pralaya stage is beautifully described by Almighty God in Rig Veda 10th Mandal Nasadiya Sukta, where God says there was no movement, there was no birth, there was no death, there was no air, water. There was not a situation that nothingness was there. It was not a case that nothing was there. There was something. That something was Prakriti, Jivatma and Paramatma. And out of something only something can come. Out of nothing, nothing can come. So we have to understand that there was not a situation of nothingness. And this description is very beautifully described, that Prakriti was in Pralaya stage. In Avyakta stage, the Rajagun, Tamagun and Satagun of Prakriti was not doing any function. The moment Prakriti was disturbed by the power of Almighty God, this creation starts. Whereas Big Bang says about the minute point, but nobody knows that where from that energy came, where from that point came, how the point got formed. If the point got formed, how it got disturbed. So when the point was there, where was Jivatma? How the life came? If somebody is dead in front of us, we understand that the body is there, but they are not acting. That means there is a independent power inside the body who was acting so far, and that power is gone out, which is called a soul. Then body is dead. So Big Bang theory or a creation theory should explain us this universe function in totality, and that is possible only when we adopt Vedas in our life. Without understanding Vedas in our life, we can never understand how this universe creation happens. And Vyas Muni says, without understanding this creation of universe, you can never understand the existence of Almighty God. Because this universe creation is such a deep subject, the moment we understand this creation is so beautifully made, we will understand about Almighty God also. So let us not spend so much of time in appreciating James Webb telescope. Of course, it's a work of so many scientists over the last 35-25 years to make the telescope, send to space and then take some photographs, etc. That's why God says in Yajurveda, Andantamah pravishanti ye asambhuti upasate. One who worships or one who spends his 24/7 in this universe creation, Prakriti, this search, that search, James Webb, etc., they enter into darkness because they do not understand that I create this universe. They do not understand my knowledge of Vedas. If they understand my knowledge of Vedas, they will worship me and they will do the research of this universe. But today people have thrown out Almighty God and we are just spending our time in research of universe only. So these are some of my thoughts. We have to always remember Almighty God. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.